What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. This is Mr. Opinionated. I'm hopping on here to talk about a couple of things. The title of this video is "It's Time to Fight." I know that many of you are watching the Democratic convention, and many of you are talking about speeches. You know, you got former First Lady Michelle Obama talking. You have Republicans endorsing Joe and all things like that. So I just want to say that we are used to speeches. We're used to speeches. We were with the Obamas for 8 years. Hey, Gloria, what's going on? We were used to hearing wonderful speeches, people that sound very eloquent, and you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, Michelle, you know, we're once again repeating, let's take the high road, let's take the high road. And, you know, we've heard all of these things. We are in a very, very turbulent time in our country. Things are like out of control. We're still in a pandemic, even though we don't act like it. Things are crazy. You know, we have people protesting across the globe, not only in the United States, across the country. We have police pepper spraying people. We have police kettling people. We have people blowing up police cars, and we have bridges being let up downtown to keep people out. We have people rioting. We have people shooting. So the violence is still not stopped in many of our communities. Things are out of control. Now, back to these speeches. I, for one, did not watch the speeches tonight because I'm tired of the speeches. We're used to the speeches. We're used to all of this go, go, rah, 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 sis, boom, bah. We are at a turning point in our country. We have so many baby boomers that are in their late 50s and early 60s and 70s and 80s. We have people that have been holding down Washington for decades and pretty much rubber stamping a lot of the things that we're seeing and stuff that's going on. People are oppressed. People are tired. Things are falling apart. It is not time for speeches. They sound good. They sound wonderful. But guess what? They don't help. I don't care how eloquent the people are. I don't care how good they sound. I don't care how well we love the people. It is time to fight, which is why I named the video this. It's time to fight. It's time to get up off your butts and do something. It's time to stop being cheerleaders and talking about how wonderful these people sound, because guess what? On a local level, I'm in Chicago. Chicago is a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Just like Washington, we have aldermen here that have been in office 20 and 30 years. Awards look like garbage. Everything looks like garbage. There's no opportunity, and we still got people on the sidelines saying how good stuff sounds. You know, people got excited when Obama was singing "Let's Stay Together." People got excited when Bill Clinton played his saxophone. All that sounds good and is very entertaining, much like a lot of these church services are. I'm just going to throw this plug in there. A lot of them are entertaining, but they're not spirit-filled or filled with truth from the scriptures, but that's a whole nother video. A lot of this is entertaining, but this city is in a mess. This country is in a mess. So what we need right now is Generation X, the millennials, Generation Z to start to get in position, because it is about to go down. It's about to go down all over. It's time to fight. It's time to, you know, as my late grandfather used to say, Willie Belmer, rest his soul, he used to always say, a real man keeps a knife in his pocket and some money. Because sometimes you're going to have to fight, and sometimes you're going to need a little money. You're going to have to pull out that knife sometimes. I'm not advocating violence. Do not get me confused. I am not advocating violence. I am telling people that it is time to get prepared. We are going into a paradigm shift. We have a lot of the old baby boomers. They're dying out. They're going home to be with ancestors. They're going home to meet their creator. And people are not in position. We're not in position because we're used to sitting, excuse my French, we're used to sitting our asses on the sidelines and letting them do everything. Now, all of these decisions have been made, all these laws have been passed, and now we see stuff is a mess. The deficit is like astronomical. Everything is a mess. The children are not trained. The educational system was not ready for virtual learning, as we saw, and now we're in a pandemic, and now people don't know what to do, which is what we should have been doing, is running some of these models at more spaces so that we could have been ready for what came. Whole nother story. But once again, it is time to fight. I don't know what that means to you individually. Says Lotus says they want us, Chicago folks, to put them on, and they ain't pouring into us. Exactly. You know, we got Mayor Lightfoot on. You know, she's doing her thing. Had her part in a virtual conversation or convention or whatever. But Chicago, America, Generation X, Millennials, Generation Z, it is time to get up. I love my baby boomers. I work with them with senior ministry. I've learned a lot from them. But this is where they have brought us to. This is the country they have built. These are the laws that they have made. It is time to step up, whether that be running for office, whether that be like my brother Abdullah going on patrol in the communities. Our children are out of control. A lot of the shooting and stuff going on, these are our children doing this, and people are looting and doing all this stuff and saying we're doing it because there's no opportunity. A lot of the things that we were taught and our parents were taught were abandoned, which is why one of the reasons I believe that anything is going. But it's time to fight. I'm not I love a good speech. I can make a good speech. I don't want to see any more speeches. I love Michelle Obama speaking and Barack speaking, but it is time for us to say we've had enough speeches, and it's time for us to get up and do something. What that something is to you, I don't know, but I do know that being passive, it's time to stop being passive. It's time to be radical. No more passiveness. No more docileness. It's time to, as Maxine Waters said, it's time to open your mouth. The people that will open their mouth and get things done, it's time for them to turn on that green light. It's time to go. Everybody's not going to fight because we have people that are afraid to fight. Just like when you picket and when you protest, there's people that will go to jail. They give you these speeches. You know, you could possibly go to jail. You're going to have your fighters. You're going to have your middle line people that may fight and that may play their organization role. So find out what role you're going to play. But it is not time to sit back and be docile and be entertained. You know, you have Michelle on one end, then you have a Cardi B on the other end. Michelle can speak, but Cardi B may take off the shoes and fight. Now, I believe Michelle will fight. Of course, she's going to fight when it's time, but we need people that are locked and loaded, and I'm not talking about weaponry specific. However, I do think it's time for people to get their FOID cards and their conceal and carries, because I think those are going to be very important. And once again, I'm not advocating violence. I am advocating being prepared, because if you look at the pictures and the demonstrations that you have been seeing across the country, a lot of people are prepared legally. Then you just have those that aren't. I'm going to let you filter that or process that whatever way you want. But it's time to fight. It's time to fight. It's time to fight. And that's all I wanted to say. And I specifically just wanted to jump on because a lot of people have been posting and talking about the Michelle Obama speech. And I'm like, you know what? Not to say we've heard all of that before, but we have. And it's just time to fight. It's time for something new. It's time for us to do what we need to do, which is to get ready to step into these places that the baby boomers will be vacating, because they will be vacating. You can see it. You know, we have people that are, you know, how old? Joe Biden is what, 78? 78? And Trump is what, like 74, 76? I personally believe they're too old to be trying to lead a country. So that just lets me know there are other people behind the curtain, Mitch McConnell and other politicians stealing and doing all this type of things while we're being distracted by them. But it's time to fight. So that's all I wanted to say. Peace out. Thank you for tuning in. I say Gloria say we need proper leadership and strategy. Absolutely. Strategy is everything. Because guess what? In those back rooms, they're strategizing while a lot of us are caught up in emotion. We need to be planning out what we're going to do in our neighborhoods, start in our families, because you got to plan and strategize in your family. Family first. On your block, then on your community, then in your city, then on a federal level. It's time to strategize, and it's time to get things done. And a lot of these conversations, of course, we know we're still in the pandemic, and I do have to say that because I'm very conscious of the way that the virus is spreading, which is in small gatherings and things like that. But with all of the tools that we have with mobile technology, which is how a lot of these things in Chicago and many other cities are getting organized, with the advancements that we have in technology, we can do this, and we need to do this. Because what if 45 gets in again? What if he does win? It's going to go down. It's going to go down. It's not if it's going down. It's when it is going to go down. We just need to know when, and we have to be prepared. If we're not prepared, then we're going to be a mess. Peace out. Talk to you later.